good morning to you from a rather damp, drizzly and somewhat chilly winter morning here in south of London, outside Sutton railway station. And many of you may have heard of the famous or sometimes infamous Sutton Loop that runs all the way from central London via Streatham and Mitcham and goes round in a big circle via also Sutton and Wimbledon. So today, instead of taking the train between the two, I'm going to walk between the two via each station. And let me just think. So we have West Sutton, Sutton Common, St Helier, Morden South, South Merton, Wimbledon Chase and Wimbledon. So what's that, 7 stations if I just counted correctly, and it should take about 2.5 hours. This video isn't going to last that long obviously, but I'm just going to take a little stroll between the two and maybe encourage some that are just perhaps taking 1 stop or 2 stops or even all of them to, if they've got the time, to get those steps up, get some exercise, enjoy a walk. It's not a particularly nice day today for having a walk, however it's also not that bad either, so I'm going to give it a go. If it starts to rain any harder or become a bit more miserable, then I'm sure there'll be places to take a little breather along the way should that become necessary. So let's go. Going to head off towards our first station call on foot, West Sutton. I'm just going to cross over the Brighton Road and head along what looks like to be next to the railway line there, just over the road and to the right hand side of it as you'd be looking in, going in that direction. Going to be using a combination of Google Maps and my favourite go-to app for walking, Go Jauntly, today, whichever seems the most suitable. And I'm not going to be taking the most scenic route between each station, as that could potentially add a little bit too much time on top of the time I've actually got. So it's going to be more of a get from A to B as quickly as possible today. Of course, getting from A to B the quickest way would be to actually get on the train, but that isn't the point of this video. Not been to Sutton for quite a long time. In fact, I've not been to Wimbledon for quite a long time. So they're just fairly interesting outer London suburb towns that are very well connected for anyone that happens to work in London or wishes to get there by public transport. Not much of a tube service down this part of London, but certainly the Southern Railway and Thameslink and bus services, and not to mention London Overground from certain parts of this part of London are also excellent. So Mulgrave Hall just coming up. It's an impressive building. Not quite sure what it is these days. It looks like it may well have been some sort of hotel at some point, but potentially something different now. Can't stress to you actually, it's not likely to snow today, but it can't be far off this drizzle turning into snow. Certainly very chilly, and I'm glad I got my gloves today. Just going to cross the road and head down Bridge Road now, on Mulgrave Road at the moment. It's very disorientating actually when you try and follow railway lines, but on the roads, walking them effectively. So the railway lines of course just cut through land, curved quite a bit. Roads tend to be a little bit straighter and in a more uniform fashion. I did something similar with my River Lee walk, which, if you're interested in that sort of thing, is available already to be seen. And again, certainly when it was the River Lee as opposed to the River Lee navigation, it was quite windy, as most rivers are, and trying to walk next to it was actually impossible in part, but you could walk fairly close to it, and also, of course, walk along the Lee Valley itself. So that's maybe of interest to some. Just crossing over the actual Sutton, or the main line at Sutton Station, and back there was the other part of Sutton Station that heads to Epsom Downs. That one down in that direction heads to Epsom, and if you just see that little branch off there to the right, that is the Sutton Loop heading round towards West Sutton. It is a very busy part of London, of course. Well, London is very busy anyway, wherever you go, at whatever time of day or night, it's busy. This is the A232. And signpost up there at 232 spins off to the left and the right. One direction is towards Croydon, to the left Kingston, and there's kind of a little shimmy at the end here, but if you go in a roughly straight on, you'll be heading towards central London. Just to put things into context, the walking distance between Sutton Station and West Sutton is just over a mile. If you do it on the train, I'm guessing it takes about 3 minutes, maybe 4. The walking time is just under half an hour, so it does show you how slowly walking is, or how slow walking is compared to popping on the train. Although, of course, walking is cheaper and healthier for you. At least it would be if I wasn't breathing in all these car fumes. Oolers, or no oolers in London. Still bad. I presume we're in the ultra low emission zone here. I would have thought so. So just in case you happen to be watching this video in 2123 in some history lesson, this is ye olde village of Sutton, and this is what we commonly refer to as a petrol station. I can't believe I'm just saying this, but you never know, do you? Who knows where these videos will be in 100 years time? Will they have just disappeared? Will they form part of children's history lessons, and people still be mulling over them in years to come? Who knows? I wonder if Sainsbury's will be around in 100 years time. One thing's for sure, they're going to stay online and available to look at for quite some considerable time. And if you think really YouTubing as a genre really has only been around for, I don't know, 10 to 15 years maybe, and the rise of mobile phones with good internal memories on them, with good cameras and so on, the last, I don't know, 5 to 10 at the most years has become so prevalent, and so many people are doing it and posting what they're doing, where they go to and what they see. And I know that if YouTube had been around 50, 60, 70, maybe even 100 years ago, I'll be absolutely fascinated looking at them to see what life was like then. So hopefully these videos, albeit some of them a little crazy, some of them of the moment, someone that's yet to be born might be interested in looking what St James Road in Sutton used to look like when their great-great-grandparents were alive. The houses along here are very nice actually, great good solid houses, big chimneys on them. This one here as well. Is that Mock Tudor? Stick a note in the comments if you know what Mock Tudor stands for, but that kind of looks like it might be. So, you soon get into quite quiet, leafy roads when you get away from the busy main roads surrounding London. It's nice. I've been around the Sutton Loop on the train many times. I've certainly never walked any parts of it. So this is very interesting for me today. I'm not expecting to see anything of earth-shattering importance along the way. I think we must be getting close to West Sutton station because I can hear the sound of a train doors. Sydney Road we are at. In fact, I can just see a train just over there at West Sutton station. I'm just going to have to refer to I'm sure my map said I had to take a left turn there somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure where that would go because it appears to be into somebody's driveway. I wasn't paying attention. I'm just doubling back on myself. There's a little public footpath just here on the right hand side that I just walked past, and I need to go down there. This is a footpath, Norman Road via St James Avenue. PROW13. PROW13, what is that? Right, so we're just going to step over the railway line to the other side of it now. Norman Road Railway Bridge. And that is West Sutton Station. Now, I'll tell you how I've lost my bearings already. I was thinking that West Sutton Common, the next stop, is going to be in that direction, when in fact, just quickly looking on the map now, it's in this direction, so I actually do have to walk down here past West Sutton Station. I was going to cheat a little bit there and go left, but yeah, it just goes to show winding around the streets can disorientate you somewhat. and a very understated entrance to the station, I have to say. Very close to Sutton United football ground just here, which for those of you that watch and follow teams in the lower leagues of England will know them to be a slightly tricky team to play against if you draw them in the FA Cup or something like that. There's their stadium just there. A typical row of businesses in outer suburb towns and the outer suburbs of the outer suburbs. Okay, so that's number one station ticked off, West Sutton. I'm going to head towards Sutton Common Station now and take a little look at that. Again, using the Go Jauntly app, it normally gives you two options, the fast route and the green route, which tends to be slightly longer but winds you through parks or slightly more interesting places. On this particular occasion, the green route was only 2 minutes slower than the fast route, so I'm going to take the green route, as it looks like you walk across some sort of green area, which may well be Sutton Common itself, I guess, but we'll find out when we get there. This is actually called Collingwood Recreational Ground. And I think this is the direction the away fans visiting Sutton United are sent to enter the stadium. This must be what we would call the away end, just here. Well, it does say home, the sign, strangely enough, so not all that sure where they're supposed to have gone. Maybe there's another entrance back there somewhere that I didn't see. Again, the walk is sort of around the 30-minute mark, just over a mile, and the train will do it in a couple of minutes, three at the most, I should think. I know which I prefer, but it's not always about preference, it's sometimes about amount of time you've got. Luckily today I do have some. See the train there going over the bridge. I think probably going to be walking under the railway bridge there and walking alongside the line for a little while to Sutton Common Station on the other side of it. Ah, there's the away end. I've never seen a sign pointing roughly down here. Next home game, Harrogate. Now, for those of you that don't know where Harrogate is, it's in Yorkshire. It's a very nice place, but it is quite a long way away from here in South London. And I'm not too sure how many away fans Harrogate are likely to have and how many would want to make the journey all the way down here on a Saturday in December. But English, European football fans in general, but British or English in particular, are extremely resilient when it comes to following their teams, I should say. And I wouldn't be surprised if there was a fair few made that trip down here. Nice park actually. There's all the usual sort of stuff here. The it's called skateboarding park for BMXs and that. Quite sure what that is over there. Oh, basketball. Sorry, yeah, basketball. And small children's playground and lots of football pitches. The goalposts have been taken away. I'm not actually going under the railway bridge and to the left, I'm staying on this side of it. Showing a cycle route to Sutton of half a mile. I must have been walking for getting on for 2 miles now. The route I've just taken. And sign there for Kingston and North Cheam, to both places not very far away from here. So I've just taken a turn off this main road onto Chaucer Road. The other thing worthy of mentioning, and I've mentioned this on quite a few videos, when you use an app, something like Go Jauntly, others are available of course, quite often send you on routes that from a distance look like you probably shouldn't be going down, or there's not going to be anything, no route through, or it's private or stuff like that. And this is one of those examples here where you would come along, maybe see that it says their residents only parking. It just doesn't look kind of the sort of way you would naturally take, unless you're a local of course and you know how the land lies. But the app is very good for that and sends you off down little alleyways, and suddenly you come out at interesting places. And this looks like it will be too. I think we'll come up to some other park or green area just down the bottom here, which I presume we'll be walking across. Okay, that makes sense. I'm guessing you can get inside this little grassy area, but the grass is quite long. It's very wet today, and I think I shall stick to the path. In fact, actually you couldn't really walk across there because there's no way out of it on the other side by the looks of things. That fence looks like it was locked up forever, quite some time ago, that gate I should say. Nice little outdoor gym going on there though. I don't know how many people actually use it. You won't get this with Google Maps. You'll be walking just along roads. So I recommend, if you're walking through areas that, you know, on the, let's say, how do we put it? They're not the best for walking in terms, they're not countryside or historical areas in towns or cities. They're just parts of suburbia in general. There are some interesting little pathways you can take. I did a video fairly recently using the same app around Newcastle, and it had me up lots of little paths and little routes that I otherwise wouldn't have taken. A little stream here. So it's a bit of a dog leg we've got to take now. Going back under the railway line, and West Sutton Common Station is over that direction. Not that far away, but I've kind of got to go all the way up here to take a left back down towards the station. One thing I did mention, forget to mention earlier on, actually, this is part 2 of a 3-part series on the Sutton Loop. Part 1 being from Streatham to Sutton, and part 3 will be Wimbledon to Streatham, which forms the full loop part of the Sutton or Wimbledon Loop, whichever you call it. So if you've happened upon this one and want to see the full thing from Streatham all the way back round, then please go and find parts 1 and 3. A few churches and places of worship around here. That's called the Green over there. Holmead Road, Staton Road, and I'm going to go onto Holmead Road down here, follow this refuse collection vehicle. And footpath Sutton Common Road, so we're getting warm up Coombe Walk. Just gonna have to look what PROW stands for. I may be having a brain what's it, and I should know off the top of my head, but I don't. I'm just gonna have to look it up. Back in a minute. Public right of way. It's it's just the way that they're shown here, and little footpaths heading through little alleyways and so on, and they're numbered, I suppose, to help you if you want to take particular walks a little bit like I'm doing now. I should have really known that. Public right of way 21. So just headed out of public right of way 21. In fact, there's Sutton Common Station there. Interestingly, the app is sending me down this alleyway, maybe to a different entrance to it. I'm not really entirely sure, but I'm going to abandon this last little bit for the sake of not wanting to backtrack on myself and go up to Sutton Common Station, end of part 2 of this particular video, and have a little look how I get to the next station, which is St Helier. Okay, well this is a slightly more nicely appointed station than the other one, and okay, so the app is sending me slightly back from where I just came, down that alley it was originally pointing me down towards St Helier Station. So let's go. This again, this is going to be perhaps just over 30 minutes, 35, maybe 40, just under 2 miles to the next stop. So let's see how we get on with that. At least it's stopped raining now anyway. Right of way 43 now. Ashley Gardens. So I'm just coming out of Cranley Gardens now, onto Angel Hill. I'm taking a left turn here to what appears to be a park or green area down here on the left, so that I'll be walking across. I actually see a sign there. I thought it was a railway sign. It's not actually, it's the cycle route sign. I need to demist my glasses slightly. Just make sure I'm not supposed to be going down there. Well, I think you probably can go that way, but it's sending me this way, past the Rose Hill Bowls Club. Bowling for fun. I've not quite reached the age of, although youngsters do it too, but on the whole, tends to be the older generation that do that. And I don't think I've quite reached that age yet, but it won't be long, I'm sure. Rose Hill Gardens, it's called. It's got an artificial cricket wicket over there, and rather surprisingly, a sign saying cafe and diner. Now, I wasn't expecting to come across anything like that on this particular route, so I brought my own refreshments with me, so I shan't be calling in there, as tempting as it may be, if it's indeed open. It does. I can read the sign now, say open all year. Tick. Early till late, tick. Hot and cold, food and drinks, eating or take away, 20 metres. So in theory, Simon's Cafe should be open, and it says always fresh premium coffee. There you go. So if you're in this neck of the woods, this sounds like an absolutely ideal place to pop in and grab a refreshment. Well, it's absolutely most definitely open, and very nice it looks too. Not to mention the outdoor seating area for, I suppose, either it's not particularly big inside, so I imagine that's used most of the time if you want to sit down. Very tempting actually. Real dairy ice cream as well. Not really the weather for that today, but I know locals will be fully aware of places like this. I will class this as one of my little hidden gems that you can come across when you use walking apps around urban areas and suburban areas. I can just see the railway lines of the Sutton Loop, and I think it's the A217. I'm just going to be going over via that footbridge. It's a very busy road, so handy that's there. So I've just crossed over the busy main road there, over that footbridge, and turned off the main road onto Glastonbury Avenue. I think we're still a little way off the station yet, but the name St Helier has started to appear on things, so that's a good sign. Glastonbury Road now, just over there, and there's the railway line. Again, I've been sent where on the face of it doesn't look like you should be going, but once you get around here it's just a normal public footpath through in a housing estate, and a community notice board here with absolutely nothing in it. It's a shame. I think possibly used to have to go that way. That all seems to be shut off and not accessible anymore, so I'm going to have to take this route and find my way around in the other direction. Looks like something that's gone astray there with the app in this particular case. Sometimes footpaths do get closed down for whatever reason, and hopefully I can get around this way somewhere. So I'll see where I want to get to. I can see St Helier station just over there. Ah, there we go. Yeah. So, yeah, what that was, this footpath I'm just coming up to now appears to have been closed off just to the right there. Yeah, that's where the app was trying to send me along there, but looks like no one has been along there for a little while. Maybe someone lost the key to the gate. Back on track again now. And in fact, there is St Helier station platforms just there. I can see the train stopped in the platform. The entrance to the actual station is at the Wimbledon end, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm guessing I'll be up to the top of this road here and a left turn will be the entrance to the station. Here we are at Wimbledon South station. Sorry, here we are at St Helier station. Next stop will be Wimbledon South. I think the water's got to my brain. And as you can see, there's a regular every 30 minutes in each direction service to St Albans via Wimbledon or Sutton. Okay, so let's head off now. Next call on this walk will be Wimbledon South station. This is one of the shorter little hops, showing it as being approximately 1 mile and 22 minutes from here. Let's see what I can find along the way. Just walking, that's Evesham Green over there. We're taking a left turn, probably at these green gates, I would think, across Morden Recreation Ground, which looks rather large. Getting towards an area where there is an underground line, Morden itself, end of the Northern Line, the southern end of the Northern Line. We're going to Wimbledon South National Rail Station, however, but they are fairly close to each other. Again, another of those places that if you live here you know all about it. If you don't, it's a pleasant surprise to come across some little woods over there. And what this building used to be, maybe I don't know, where the park rangers kept it. It's a kindergarten now. This is locked up here. This used to be a bowling green. I can just tell. Looks like it's not been a bowling green for quite some time and is used for other things now. That's why there's pallets and tyres and stuff like that in there. Maybe that was the Morden RFC rugby. Oh, that's the Merton Rugby. Merton Rugby, so maybe it is still there. And just part of it's a kindergarten. Nice building. Always a bonus when you can start to hear the birds in the middle of a big city. Yeah, so a derelict bowling green that seems to be used for something else now. Tennis courts and looks to be a five-a-side football pitch over there, which is very much in action. And the rugby pitch is over there. And of course, the obligatory outdoor gym. Do you know what? I don't think I've ever seen anyone on an outdoor gym in this country. I went to Bangkok or Thailand quite a few years ago, and they had quite a few of them there in some of the parks, and they're always really busy. Always loads of people in there. But it's probably an economics thing, isn't it? I would say that probably people that have got the intentions to go and use a gym probably pay for one with slightly more facilities inside them. I don't know, I might be wrong, but just seems that way. A great idea. There's children's playground over there as well, with climbing frame and so on. Nice park. Well, what a nice park. We'll turn off down here now, out of the park. Quite sure which direction I'll be going at the end until I refer to my map. Again, I lost my bearings slightly, but we're not too far from Wimbledon South railway station now. Right, so yeah, taking a left turn out of the park, and a little way along here, a right turn and we should come to the station. There it is, Wimbledon South Station, so not far away now. So I've been sent down here now. When you look at the signs there and the barrier, looks like I shouldn't be coming down here really. Again, tends to put you off wandering down places like that when you see signs like that. I know there weren't signs for pedestrians, but it's all the same. I'll suggest that that's a way of stopping this road being used as a rat run because of congestion that appears on one of the busy main roads very close to here. And it doesn't surprise me, and who can blame the people that live down here for wanting that, because it's a nice quiet street. What you don't want's loads of vehicles that have got no business down here whizzing up and down it. So that's what that will be all about. And here we are. There's the entrance to Wimbledon South Station just ahead of me. In a moment I shall reset my Go Jauntily app for South Merton Station, which should be the next one. Not too far from here, I don't think, unless I have to take some strange convoluted route to get to it, but I doubt that's the case. Certainly what is dominates the skyline just in this part of London at least is this very, very large mosque, absolutely huge. In fact, I do believe it may well be the biggest mosque, certainly in Britain, possibly a larger area than that. And there's a Thameslink train heading towards Sutton. Just stopping in Wimbledon South Station, right next to the mosque there, and it's one of those stations where you enter underneath via a tunnel and come up into a centre platform over there somewhere. And the sections get shorter. It's a short walk here to Wimbledon Station, which is on the Northern Line. And South Merton Station from here is saying just under a mile and 15 minutes, and it looks like I need to cross this road and take that footpath into that park over there. This could be interesting. It's not actually that busy. It's usually a very busy road this, but at this moment in time at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and how dark and dismal it's looking on the screen. Cameras tend to make things look a little bit brighter than it actually is, but it's a very dark and dismal day today. And this walk will be, I'll be at Wimbledon in the next within the next hour, and it's probably going to be starting to have gone dark an hour after that. So you've got to spare your chances at this time of year to get out during some daylight. Bus to Putney Bridge there, not all that far away from here either. Public right of way number 62. Very wet and muddy in here today. Bit desolate here on Malden Park today. Lots of football pitches, clearly regularly used by the look of the grass, so come at the weekend I'm sure there'll be a lot more people about, but other than that there's not really too much in the way of facilities here. There's I think it said it was Malden Leisure Centre just over there, that green building behind the trees, and I need to just cut across this way slightly. There should be some exit onto the road over there towards South Merton railway station. That was a cut across a rather muddy park there. just down this alleyway, across the main road here, and then straight down that road ahead. Arundel Avenue. Got some nice street names around here, I think. Glastonbury, Arundel. And here we are, almost as if by magic, South Merton Station appears in the gloom. And another reasonably well appointed little outdoor station, I guess. And somewhere to pick up your Amazon stuff. Okay, onwards. Next stop, Wimbledon Chase, and then the last little hop back to Wimbledon. Just got to double check my map here, but I think I'm going down that road. Almost in the famous leafy streets of Wimbledon now. Famous, of course, for its tennis tournament. Wonder how many of these houses get vacated during Wimbledon so people can stay in them at great expense. I believe that is a little local industry that goes on here, and why not? Indeed, why not? The Sutton Loop Railway Line is directly to the left for me, probably these houses back onto it. The end of their gardens, we'll see a train going past every 15 minutes or so, quite sedately. And here we are, more or less, Wimbledon Chase Station. You can just see the railway bridge going over this road here. Back to noise, those quite quiet, leafy streets of Wimbledon I've just been walking through. I'll just get ready now for the final section or final sector. Also popped in this co-op to get a bottle of water. The Royal Arsenal Co-operative Society Limited. Wimbledon Chase branch. That's an old sign, isn't it? That's been there some time. Right, so just going to take a little U-E now. Back down this way. The railway line curls round there and heads off in this direction just a bit further along, so can't really walk next to the line just there. It joins the southwestern line that goes down to places like Southampton and Bournemouth out of Waterloo. And once we get to Wimbledon, a suburban train stop there going to places like Guildford and Surbiton, and also the one end of the District Line, one of the branches in the southwest of London that the District Line serves. So it's a great interchange station for a number of reasons. You've got southwest trains, you've got the District Line of the London Underground, and you've also got the Thameslink services that go back round towards Streatham and Tooting, London Blackfriars, and also in the other direction towards Sutton. So it's not a bad place to be if you need to get places. Very noisy just here though. Turning off the busy Kingston Road now. One thing I have noticed, there's quite a lot of lawn tennis clubs here in Wimbledon, alongside of course the famous one. wondering if these are used extensively by some of the players in the annual Wimbledon tournament as places to train or warm up and things like that. Does seem a lot of them. Just crossing over the tram line now that runs between Wimbledon, Mitcham, Croydon and out the other side. Dundonald Road, I think this is called. The cheats way would be to jump on the tram now, just back there to Wimbledon station, but I've walked so far, so I'm going to do it to the bitter end. Well, they get towards the centre of Wimbledon now, a little bit more urban, office blocks and so on. Not far from Wimbledon station. It's quite a vibrant, busy town, plenty of things to see and do here. Lots of places to eat and drink, of course. And a pretty popular place to live. And here we are, basically now in the centre of Wimbledon. There's an entrance to Wimbledon station just over there, where it says Wimbledon Quarter. You've got the aptly named Centre Court Shopping Centre here, and loads of other things too. So that's part 2 of a 3-part walk around the entire Sutton Loop from Streatham to Streatham. And I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please click a like, because it's been a bit of a slog today, I have to say. And if you want to see some more content, please subscribe, and you know the score, the yellow bell and everything else. All the other tubers say exactly the same thing. So from here in Wimbledon, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, part 3, which will be from Wimbledon back to Streatham via Tooting. I'll get that to you as soon as I can.